The 6 most dangerous fruits seniors should never eat. I have lived long enough to see many things. I have seen health decline in ways that could have been avoided. I have watched friends and family suffer from what they thought were harmless choices. Today, I want to share something that might surprise you. It is about the fruits you eat. You have been told all your life that fruits are good for you. And for the most part, they are. But there are some that can be downright dangerous. Especially when you reach a certain age. If you are not careful, they can cause serious harm. I have seen it with my own eyes. And I do not want you to go through the same pain. Let me tell you about a dear friend of mine. He loved his fruit. He thought he was doing everything right. But one day, he ended up in the hospital. He was weak, dizzy. His heart was racing. The doctors told him it was because of something he ate. He could not believe it. It was just fruit. How could something so natural be so dangerous? But the truth is, as we get older, our bodies do not work the same way. What was once harmless can now be risky. And if we are not careful, we could be setting ourselves up for trouble. That is why I want to warn you. So that you do not make the same mistake. So that you do not suffer when it could have been avoided. One of the worst fruits for seniors is grapefruit. I know. It sounds shocking. It is just a simple citrus fruit. But it can be deadly if you take certain medications. It interferes with how your body processes medicine. It can make the drugs too strong or too weak. Either way, it is dangerous. I once knew a woman who took her blood pressure medication every morning. She also drank a glass of grapefruit juice. She had no idea it was a problem. Until one day, she collapsed. Her blood pressure had dropped too low. The doctor told her it was because of the grapefruit. She was lucky to survive. But not everyone is that lucky. Another fruit that can be harmful is bananas. Now, I know what you are thinking. Bananas are supposed to be healthy. And for many people they are. But for seniors, they can cause serious issues. Bananas are packed with potassium. Too much potassium can be dangerous if you have kidney problems or take certain medications. I once saw a man suffer from irregular heartbeats because his potassium levels were too high. He had no idea that the bananas he was eating every day were the cause. It is small things like this that can make a big difference. Then there are cherries. Sweet, juicy, delicious. But if you have arthritis or gout, they can trigger severe pain. Cherries contain compounds that can cause a sudden spike in uric acid levels. I had an old friend who loved cherries. He ate them like candy. One night, he woke up screaming in pain. His foot was swollen, red, burning. He could barely move. It was a gout attack. He learned the hard way that some foods, even the ones that seem healthy, can be dangerous. I do not want you to learn the hard way. Another fruit that seniors should be cautious about is watermelon. It is refreshing, hydrating, but it can be a silent threat. Watermelon is full of natural sugar. If you have diabetes or struggle with blood sugar levels, this fruit can be a hidden danger. I knew a woman who loved watermelon. She thought it was a light and healthy snack. But every time she ate it, her blood sugar spiked. One day, she felt dizzy, confused, weak. She had to be rushed to the hospital. No one suspected it was the watermelon. But it was. Something as innocent as fruit can become a serious problem if you are not paying attention. Next on the list is papaya. It is soft, easy to eat. But for seniors, it can cause stomach problems. It has enzymes that can be too strong for an aging digestive system. I have seen people suffer from severe stomach pain and diarrhea because of papaya. It is supposed to be good for digestion. But for some, it can do the opposite. And let me tell you, there is nothing worse than an upset stomach when you are older. It drains you. It weakens you. It makes you feel miserable. That is why it is best to be careful with papaya. And then there is dried fruit. Now, this one is tricky because it seems harmless. It is just fruit with the water taken out. But dried fruit is concentrated with sugar. It is easy to eat too much without realizing it. I once knew a man who loved raisins and dried apricots. He thought they were a healthy snack. But his blood sugar was always high. He could not figure out why. Until one day, his doctor pointed out that dried fruit was the culprit. It may look small and innocent. but it can cause big problems if you are not careful. So what should you do? You do not have to give up fruit completely, but you must be smart about what you eat. Pay attention to how your body reacts. If you take medication, check if any fruits interfere with it. If you have health conditions, be aware of what can trigger them. Do not assume that just because something is natural, it is safe. I have learned that the hard way. And I do not want you to learn it the hard way too. I have seen too many people suffer from things they could have avoided. I have seen too many friends and family members struggle because they did not know better. That is why I am telling you this. Because I care. Because I want you to be healthy. Because I do not want you to go through unnecessary pain. Take this seriously. Share it with others. Make better choices. Your health depends on it. And trust me, when you start making the right choices, you will feel better. You will have more energy. You will avoid unnecessary risks. And you will live a longer, healthier life. That is what I want for you. That is what you deserve. Stay safe. Be wise. And take care of yourself. Could the same fruit that is considered dangerous for one senior actually be beneficial for another, depending on their health conditions? Absolutely. The same fruit that might be considered dangerous for one senior could actually be beneficial for another, all depending on their individual health conditions. This might sound surprising at first, but when you consider the complexity of the human body, it starts to make perfect sense. Food is not just fuel. It interacts with our bodies in intricate ways, influencing everything from blood sugar levels to heart health and digestion. For seniors, who often have a range of medical conditions, even something as seemingly harmless as a piece of fruit can have drastically different effects. Take bananas, for example. To one senior dealing with chronic kidney disease, a banana could pose a real threat due to its high potassium content. Excess potassium can be dangerous for someone with compromised kidney function, since their body may struggle to regulate it properly. On the other hand, for a senior with high blood pressure, that same banana could be a lifesaver. Packed with potassium, it can help lower blood pressure and reduce the risk of heart disease. The key difference lies in how each individual's body processes the nutrients in the fruit. Similarly, grapes might be a delightful and healthy snack for one person but a risky choice for another. Someone with diabetes might need to be cautious about grapes since they contain a relatively high amount of natural sugars. Consuming too many could cause blood sugar spikes, which can be harmful over time. However, for a senior with poor circulation or concerns about blood clotting, grapes, especially the dark purple varieties, can be extremely beneficial due to their high content of antioxidants like resveratrol. These compounds support heart health and may even have protective effects against certain age-related diseases. Citrus fruits like oranges and grapefruits provide another striking example. Oranges are often recommended for their high vitamin C content, which boosts the immune system and promotes healthy skin. But for a senior taking certain medications, particularly statins for cholesterol or blood pressure medications, consuming grapefruit can be dangerous. This fruit can interfere with the way the liver metabolizes these drugs, potentially leading to dangerous side effects. Yet for someone without those medication concerns, grapefruits might be an excellent addition to their diet, helping with digestion and providing essential nutrients. Even something as universally praised as berries can have different effects depending on a person's condition. Blueberries, for instance, are often touted as a superfood due to their high antioxidant content and their ability to support brain health. For most seniors, they are an excellent choice. However, for someone taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, consuming too many berries, especially those rich in vitamin K like blackberries, could affect blood clotting levels, potentially leading to complications. In contrast, for a senior concerned about cognitive decline, those same blueberries might be a powerful tool in preserving memory and brain function. Apples, widely seen as a symbol of good health, can also illustrate how individual needs determine whether a fruit is helpful or harmful. A crisp apple with its high fiber content is great for someone struggling with digestive issues or high cholesterol. The pectin in apples helps lower bad cholesterol levels and promotes gut health. Yet for someone with irritable bowel syndrome or a sensitive digestive system, too much fiber could cause discomfort, bloating, or even worsen their symptoms. In this case, what is nutritious for one person could be irritating for another. Watermelon is another fascinating example. This juicy fruit is hydrating and rich in vitamins A and C for a senior at risk of dehydration, especially during hot weather, watermelon could be an excellent choice to keep them refreshed and nourished. However, for someone managing kidney disease or diabetes, watermelon could be problematic. Its high natural sugar content might lead to blood sugar spikes, and its potassium levels could be too much for failing kidneys to handle properly. While one person enjoys it guilt-free, another must limit or avoid it entirely. The truth is, no single fruit is universally good or bad. The way it affects a person's health depends on a wide range of factors, including their medical conditions, medications, and overall dietary needs. This is why blanket health advice often falls short. What works wonders for one senior could be a hidden risk for another. This is also why personalized nutrition is so important. Instead of assuming that all fruits are equally beneficial, seniors and their caregivers should consider their unique health situations before making dietary choices. How do natural sugars in fruits impact blood sugar levels in seniors differently than processed sugars, and why does this matter? Natural sugars in fruits and processed sugars impact blood sugar levels in seniors in profoundly different ways, and understanding these differences is essential for maintaining good health. While both types of sugar can raise blood glucose, the way they behave in the body is not the same. This distinction matters because seniors are often more vulnerable to blood sugar fluctuations, and making the right dietary choices can influence energy levels, overall health, and the risk of chronic diseases. Fruits contain natural sugars, primarily in the form of fructose, but they also come with fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. This combination plays a crucial role in how the body processes sugar. The fiber in fruits slows down digestion, preventing rapid spikes in blood sugar. This steady release of glucose into the bloodstream helps maintain energy levels and supports metabolic stability. For seniors, this is especially important because their bodies may have a harder time regulating blood sugar, making sudden spikes and crashes more problematic. When a senior eats a piece of fruit like an apple or a handful of berries, the fiber helps control the absorption of sugar, keeping insulin levels more stable. On the other hand, processed sugars, often found in sodas, candies, and baked goods, behave very differently. These sugars, typically in the form of sucrose or high fructose corn syrup, lack fiber and essential nutrients. Because of this, they are absorbed rapidly into the bloodstream, leading to sharp spikes in blood sugar levels. For seniors, these rapid fluctuations can be dangerous. A quick rise in glucose might be followed by an equally fast drop, leaving them feeling tired, irritable, or even dizzy. Over time, frequent exposure to these spikes can contribute to insulin resistance, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes and other metabolic disorders. Another key difference is how these sugars affect hunger and satiety. Natural sugars in fruits tend to promote a feeling of fullness because of their fiber content. When a senior eats a banana or a pear, they are not just consuming sugar. They are also getting fiber, water, and important nutrients that signal to the body that it has been nourished. In contrast, processed sugars do not trigger the same sense of satisfaction. They lead to quick energy bursts but often result in increased cravings and overeating, which can contribute to weight gain and blood sugar imbalances. Inflammation is another major concern. Diets high in processed sugars have been linked to chronic inflammation, which plays a role in numerous age-related diseases, including heart disease, arthritis, and cognitive decline. Natural sugars from fruits, however, come with powerful antioxidants that help combat inflammation and protect cells from damage. For seniors, reducing inflammation is vital for maintaining overall health and preventing long-term complications. The impact on heart health is also significant. Processed sugars contribute to unhealthy cholesterol levels, increasing the risk of heart disease, which is already a major concern for older adults. Fruits, with their natural sugars and accompanying nutrients, can have the opposite effect by supporting healthy cholesterol levels and improving circulation. Choosing a diet rich in whole fruits rather than processed sugars can have lasting benefits for cardiovascular health. The choices seniors make regarding sugar consumption can shape their overall well-being. Opting for natural sugars found in fruits supports stable energy, better digestion, improved heart health, and a lower risk of metabolic diseases. Avoiding processed sugars helps prevent harmful spikes and crashes, reduces inflammation, and decreases the risk of long-term health complications. By recognizing these differences, seniors can take control of their diets and make decisions that enhance their quality of life. Small, mindful choices about sugar intake can lead to significant improvements in how they feel and function every day. If a senior has unknowingly been eating these risky fruits for years, What are the warning signs that they might already be experiencing negative effects? Beyond digestive distress, a noticeable shift in energy levels can also be a major red flag. A senior who once moved through the day with ease might start feeling unusually fatigued, even after a full night's sleep. They may experience sluggishness, mental fog, or an overall sense of weakness that does not seem to have a clear explanation. This kind of fatigue can be frustrating because it sneaks up slowly, making it difficult to pinpoint exactly when it began. Friends and family might notice the change before the individual does, especially if their once vibrant personality now seems dulled by exhaustion. Another troubling indicator is a gradual decline in immune function. If someone who rarely caught colds now seems to be battling one illness after another, the body may be signaling that something is off. Recurring infections, slow wound healing, and increased susceptibility to viruses could all be signs that their immune system is being compromised. Seniors already have naturally weaker immune responses compared to younger individuals, but when the body struggles more than usual, it is essential to consider every possible cause, including dietary factors. Cognitive changes are another potential consequence that should not be ignored. A person who has been eating harmful fruits for years may begin to experience memory lapses, difficulty concentrating, or a general sense of confusion. These symptoms might initially seem like normal forgetfulness, but as they become more frequent or severe, they can disrupt daily life. Simple tasks like recalling names, following conversations, or making decisions can feel frustratingly difficult. Such cognitive decline can be heartbreaking, both for the individual and their loved ones, especially if it is mistaken for natural aging when, in reality, the brain is reacting to long-term exposure to harmful substances. Joint pain and inflammation are other key warning signs that should raise concern. A senior who suddenly struggles with stiffness in the morning or experiences persistent aches that were never a problem before may be dealing with underlying inflammation caused by their diet. Swollen fingers, sore knees, or aching wrists may not immediately seem linked to fruit consumption, yet certain compounds in some fruits can exacerbate inflammation over time. This discomfort can limit mobility and reduce overall quality of life, making even simple activities like walking or holding a coffee cup feel like a challenge. Skin health is another area where warning signs may appear. If someone who previously had clear, healthy skin starts noticing persistent rashes, itching, or unexplained breakouts, their body may be reacting to something in their diet. Skin is often a direct reflection of internal health, and when toxins accumulate or certain nutrients are out of balance, it can manifest in unexpected ways. Dry patches, redness, or increased sensitivity can all be indicators that something is not right beneath the surface. Perhaps one of the most alarming signs is a shift in heart health. If a senior who has been eating risky fruits for years starts experiencing heart palpitations, dizziness, or fluctuations in blood pressure, it could mean that their cardiovascular system is being affected. Some fruits contain compounds that, when consumed excessively over time, may disrupt heart rhythms or contribute to artery issues. These symptoms can be particularly dangerous because they may lead to more severe conditions if left unaddressed. How can seniors replace these 6 risky fruits with safer alternatives without feeling like they are missing out on nutrition and taste? For those who love tropical fruits but need to avoid certain varieties, a great alternative is choosing low-risk options that deliver the same juicy satisfaction. If a senior has been consuming fruit that tends to spike blood sugar levels, they can replace it with fiber-rich berries like blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries. These fruits provide natural sweetness without overwhelming the body with excess sugars, helping to maintain steady energy levels and support heart health. The transition can be made smoother by mixing these berries into yogurt, oatmeal, or smoothies to create a familiar and enjoyable experience. Texture plays a huge role in fruit preferences, so finding a replacement that feels just as satisfying to bite into is essential. If a senior enjoys the crispness of certain fruits that may not be the best for their digestion, they can switch to pears or apples with the skin on. These fruits not only offer a similar crunch but also contain valuable fiber and antioxidants that support gut health and overall immunity. Slicing them thinly and pairing them with nut butter or cheese can add an extra layer of richness and make the swap feel more exciting rather than restrictive. For those who crave citrus flavors but need to avoid the acidity of some fruits, milder options like cantaloupe or honeydew melon can be wonderful alternatives. These melons provide a refreshing and hydrating experience while being gentler on the stomach. They can be enjoyed on their own or blended into a smoothie with a splash of coconut water to mimic the bright, tropical sensation of citrus fruits. Seniors who miss the tangy zing of their former favorites can also squeeze a bit of fresh lime or lemon over their melon slices to enhance the flavor without overwhelming their digestive system. If a senior has been consuming fruits that contribute to inflammation, they can replace them with anti-inflammatory options such as cherries or papaya. Cherries contain powerful antioxidants that support joint health, while papaya is packed with digestive enzymes that help the body break down food more efficiently. Adding these alternatives into a daily routine can bring relief from discomfort while still satisfying cravings for something sweet and juicy. What role does declining kidney function play in making some of these fruits dangerous for seniors, and how can one detect early kidney stress? Many seniors do not realize that the kidneys have a limit to how much they can handle, especially when they are not as strong as they used to be. Some fruits, though delicious and packed with nutrients, contain high levels of potassium, phosphorus, or oxalates, which can become a problem when the kidneys are no longer filtering properly. Potassium, for instance, is essential for heart function, but when the kidneys are weak, it builds up in the blood instead of being excreted. Too much potassium can lead to heart palpitations, muscle weakness, or even dangerous irregular heartbeats. I have known folks who felt fine one day, then suddenly experienced dizziness or a racing heart, only to find out later that their potassium levels had crept too high. Then there is phosphorus, another mineral that sneaks up on you when the kidneys struggle. In a healthy body, excess phosphorus is flushed out, but when kidney function declines, it stays in the blood, pulling calcium from the bones. Over time, this weakens the bones and increases the risk of fractures. I have seen strong men, once full of vigor, end up with brittle bones, wondering why their bodies suddenly feel fragile. They never suspected that something as simple as eating the wrong fruits might have played a part in their decline. Another hidden danger comes from oxalates, which are found in some fruits and can contribute to kidney stones. Now, if you have ever had a kidney stone, you know the kind of pain I am talking about. It is the kind of pain that makes a man question every choice he has ever made. When the kidneys are already weakened, these stones become more likely to form, making an already difficult situation even worse. The problem is that most people do not recognize kidney trouble until it is advanced. The body is good at masking the signs, and most symptoms creep in slowly. But if you pay close attention, the warning signs are there. One of the first things to watch for is changes in urination. If you notice that you are waking up more often in the night to use the restroom, or that your urine has become foamy, darker, or even has a different odor, your kidneys may be struggling to do their job. Some people experience swelling in the ankles, feet, or hands because the kidneys are not removing excess fluid properly. Another subtle but important sign is persistent fatigue. When the kidneys fail to filter waste effectively, toxins start building up in the blood, leaving you feeling tired no matter how much you rest. It is the kind of exhaustion that sleep does not fix. I have seen many friends brush this off as just part of getting older, but the truth is that your body should not feel weighed down every single day. Muscle cramps, itching, and trouble concentrating are other clues that the kidneys are under stress. Cramps, especially in the legs, can be caused by imbalances in minerals like calcium and potassium, while itching may signal that waste products are accumulating in the bloodstream. As for brain fog, well, when the blood is not being cleaned properly, it affects everything, including memory and focus. I have had conversations with men who felt like they were losing their sharpness, forgetting things they never would have forgotten before, and they had no idea that their kidneys might be the culprit. If you ever start experiencing a metallic taste in your mouth or notice that food just does not taste the same, that could be another sign. When waste builds up in the blood, it can alter your sense of taste and even cause persistent bad breath. I knew a fellow who stopped enjoying his favorite meals because everything started to taste bitter. He thought it was just an unfortunate part of aging, but it turned out his kidneys were crying for help. The good news is that by catching these signs early and making changes, you can slow down further damage. Cutting back on certain fruits that are high in potassium and phosphorus, while choosing lower-risk options can make a big difference. Staying hydrated, eating a balanced diet, and paying attention to how your body responds to different foods can help keep the kidneys functioning as well as possible for as long as possible. What common misconceptions do people have about these fruits being healthy, and how does marketing influence seniors to make dangerous dietary choices? One of the biggest misconceptions is that if something is labeled as natural, it must be healthy. People forget that nature is full of things that can be dangerous. A fruit can be packed with vitamins and minerals while also being high in sugars, acids, or compounds that put stress on the body. I have known many folks who thought they were doing themselves a favor by eating certain fruits every day, only to find out later that their blood sugar had crept up, their kidneys were struggling, or their digestion had turned against them. They thought they were making smart choices because for years, they were told that fruit is always a better option than processed food. Marketing plays a big role in keeping these misconceptions alive. Companies know that people associate fruit with health, so they use words like superfood, antioxidant-rich, or immune-boosting to make products sound like they can solve every problem. But they never mention the downsides. They will tell you about the vitamins, but not about the sugar. They will highlight the fiber, but not warn you about the acidity that could wear down your teeth and upset your stomach. They will put a picture of a fit, smiling senior on the packaging and make it seem like eating more of that fruit will make you feel young and full of energy. It is clever, I will give them that. But it is also misleading. Seniors, in particular, are easy targets for this kind of marketing because they want to stay healthy and independent for as long as possible. I have seen people fall for every trick in the book, buying juices, dried fruits, or fruit-infused products that are loaded with hidden sugars and preservatives. They believe they are making a wise choice, but in reality, they are consuming something that could be worsening their diabetes, raising their blood pressure, or adding unnecessary stress to their kidneys. I remember an old friend of mine who used to drink a certain heart-healthy fruit juice every morning, convinced it was doing wonders for him. But after years of this habit, his doctor told him his sugar levels were dangerously high. He was shocked. He had no idea that a small bottle of juice contained more sugar than a soda. Another common mistake people make is thinking that eating more fruit is always better. They hear about the benefits of a certain fruit and start eating it every day, sometimes in large amounts. But the body needs balance. Too much of anything, even something natural, can throw things out of order. I have known folks who started eating a particular exotic fruit because they heard it was good for digestion, only to end up with terrible stomach pain and bloating. Others have eaten fruits high in potassium without realizing their kidneys could not handle the excess, leading to muscle cramps and heart issues. The trouble is that most people do not think of fruit as something they need to eat in moderation. They treat it like it is a free pass to health when, in reality, it should be consumed with awareness. The biggest lesson I have learned over the years is that you cannot trust everything you hear, especially when money is involved. Companies will say whatever they need to in order to sell their products, and they are not required to tell you the full story. The only way to make truly healthy choices is to look beyond the labels, beyond the advertisements, and really understand how different fruits affect your body. For seniors, this means paying close attention to how you feel after eating certain fruits and making adjustments based on your own health conditions. If a fruit makes your blood sugar spike, leaves you feeling bloated, or causes acid reflux, then it does not matter how many vitamins it has, it is not the right choice for you. What has helped me the most over the years is asking questions. I do not just assume something is good for me because a commercial says so. I talk to my doctor. I read. I pay attention to how my body reacts. That is the wisdom that comes with age, learning to listen to yourself instead of being swayed by flashy packaging or the latest health trend. So, my friend, do not fall into the trap of believing that all fruits are harmless just because they are natural. Some are best eaten in small amounts, and others may need to be avoided altogether, depending on your health. Trust your own experience, not just what the world tells you. That is the secret to making choices that truly keep you strong and well for years to come. If you found value in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to catch all our latest content. Got questions or feedback? Drop them in the comments section, and we'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.